So today we have Purva Barve, an accomplishing badminton player with several accolades to her name. The prominent one being her highest global ranking. She was world number 8 in junior badminton. So let's get started.
Yep.
So how was it like? Did you straight away get into badminton, or they were like try different sports and reach?
So actually, my grandmother used to play badminton when she was in college. I was like maybe 60, 70 years back. And even my dad, he always loved sports. So he used to play football and like badminton when he was also in college and university. But later, because of his studies and other things, he couldn't continue. And I was also very like athletic. So basically, it was very easy for them to choose a sport for me because in my family, everybody loved badminton somehow.
Okay.
And for me, I didn't really have like a choice. I just started playing. I don't even remember like this one day my dad said, "Come, we'll go and play badminton." I was like, "Okay, fine, let's go." And I just in that process I started enjoying, and there was no pressure, no stress. So I think it was pretty chill. And yeah, I think it happened like that.
That's nice. It was kind of destined that you're destined to play badminton.
Maybe.
Family
Kind of.
and then it's coming naturally.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, very interesting. Purva, based on your experience, you're playing for good 15 years now, more than 15 years now, and I'm sure you would have played on different turfs in your journey. As a young kid, you might be playing in a local ground versus as a proper professional sports person in a badminton.
Yeah.
So please help me walk through that. What are the different types of court that exist on which the game is played across the globe?
So usually badminton should be played on a wooden surface. And I mean, we see a lot of people play badminton on the road or like on hard surface like cement. And that is definitely not recommended because in badminton, like there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of jumping. So basically the impact can be bad on your joints. So it can cause injuries. So it is definitely not recommended to play on a cement surface or like a very hard surface. So usually courts are made of wooden surface, and in some places where tournaments happen or like professional places, there's like this green mat. If you must have seen the green mat or something like that on top of the wooden surface. So basically, I think wooden surface can help you basically. It can actually, I don't know, I mean, the movement on wooden surface is much better than on a hard surface like a cemented surface or something like that. And on the mat, it's less slippery and the shock absorption is also better. And obviously, injury prevention also can be done on those kind of courts. But they're obviously expensive, so you don't get to see those kind of courts and wooden surfaces everywhere. But yeah, I mean, so for someone who really want to do something in badminton, should not play on hard surfaces.
That's a very valid point because as a kid you may not realize, but in the process you are harming yourself.
Yeah. And like if you fall also, it can get really bad. But if you fall on like a wooden or like a mat surface, it's manageable at times.
What kind of surface was that? Do you remember any vague?
I have I think fortunately I have always played on wooden surface because like I said, even my dad used to play, so he knew quite a few things about badminton and he always suggested like to play on wooden surface. And I started playing in my society hall, which doesn't have a wooden surface. So I've played there also, but I used to do like standing strokes, like service practice, where I don't really have to move a lot. But most of, I think since 2011, I'm playing in Balewadi Stadium. You must be knowing Balewadi Stadium. So it's one of the best facilities of India. So I'm actually grateful that I get to play in such a nice hall stadium every day. So yeah, and not everybody can play in such amazing stadium.
So as you prepare for any international tournament, what goes through in that journey? Like, if you could tell a bit about your preparation routine, like a badminton preparation routine, like how many days before you start, what goes through, what types of drills?
So usually, if I have to play an international tournament. So usually when I go out, I play at least 2, 3 tournaments. So then I'm usually 2, 3 weeks outside. So first of all, I try to improve my fitness levels like a month back. And then we have multi-shuttle drills or like specific drills where you can improve your skills. And then we have a lot of rally drills where you can like improve your endurance and everything. And just like 2, 3 weeks before we cut down on a lot of things, it's more specific. So you don't really get tired exactly, but it's like more quality work is
The
there.
skill part of it.
Yeah, and if I'm like running 40 minutes, then I'll cut it down to 20 minutes or something like that. So it's basically more of speed interval training or like explosive gym training or something like that. And on court also, then we do more of match practice. And then I discuss a few things with my coach, like if I need to work on something specific, then maybe I'll practice that. So yeah. And of course, diet and psychology and all that.
So in India, you must have traveled many cities for playing, right?
Yeah.
Is that one city and one court that you really liked in particular, and if there is any story behind that?
I think Bangalore. I think Bangalore has amazing sporting facilities. I think you must have heard of PDCSE, right? Padukone and Dravid. So I sometimes go there to train. But there's also a place called KBA, Karnataka Badminton Association. They also have amazing badminton courts. And I won my first All India title when I was 11 years old in that hall in Bangalore. So Bangalore is like a special city for me, and it's amazing actually, and the weather and everything is great. So I love Bangalore.
So now let's take this question to outside India.
Uh-huh.
Which is that city you mentioned about, but then in terms of court and audience, right, everything goes in that. So what is your favorite one?
I think it has to be Indonesia because badminton in Indonesia is like how cricket is in India. And there was this one time I was playing World Junior Championships in Indonesia. We were playing against like our team, India team was playing against Team Indonesia, and there was so much noise. Like you, literally, I was not able to hear anything. I was playing, and whenever I used to toss, I couldn't hear that also. Like it was just so people were going crazy. It was something else. I mean, I was so much under pressure. I've never felt something like that. The whole state, it felt like the whole Indonesia was against me when I was playing as that Indonesian. But that atmosphere is something else. I mean, you have to play in such an atmosphere to experience that thrill, I feel. So I think yeah, Indonesia. And also in Indonesia, there's so many stadiums where everything is under one roof. Like they'll have courts, then there'll be a track, swimming pool, gym, everything. So I think it's really great.
So what do you feel is the way to go about it? Because this is like a chicken and egg situation.
Yeah.
It's costly, it's investment. Do you think that schools are a better place to start and then take it from there? Like how to go about actually creating that sports infrastructure, which is right for
Schools, I mean, of course, if schools can provide such facilities, because the thing with badminton courts is it's very expensive to maintain. Like if you want to put a wooden surface and all, you have to maintain it also. And most of the schools, they don't want to do that. And I think if government and all also, if they can think about, they can actually make it happen because we have a lot of good areas where I think in Maharashtra still there are a lot of nice facilities, but maybe in places like and all, it's just a mess. I remember playing in Bihar, they made us play in a parking lot because there weren't enough courts. It was so bad. So I think people who really want to play from such places won't be able to come maybe won't be able to improve just because of infrastructure and everything. So I think that's really sad, and I think if we can get a lot of good stadiums with everything under one roof, I think we can actually improve a lot. But I think if we get more such facilities, I think we can actually do much better, I feel.
and
Thank you.
to see you more often in that world ranking chart playing for India.
I see. Thank you so much.
So as you step into that seniors level now, like you said that it's a different ball game altogether. So
Yeah.
does anything change or it's like basics remain the same?
Of course, a lot of things change. Like I said, when you enter your 20s, actually, you start thinking about a lot of things like not because when you're juniors, you don't think about like, okay, what am I going to do in my life and all those things. So I just feel like it's a whole different thinking process when you enter your 20s or something like that. And I think it's fun to like experience all those things, like go through ups and downs because like I said, in seniors, everybody is decent. Like nobody is like, very bad. So you have to put in efforts every time you play. So you can't expect easy wins. So for that, you really have to train yourself like that. You have to be crazy fit. And like I said, mental toughness matters the most in seniors, is what I've realized. So yeah, I'm constantly trying to improve and work on that.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, as we see matches on TV, we see a lot of intensity. As
Yeah,
you grow in that tournament, as you reach knockouts, quarterfinal,
correct.
semi-final,
Yeah.
it shows
And the
that.
competition is, yeah, correct. Competition is also crazy these days because badminton is growing a lot. And
Yeah,
especially after like the last Olympics, I think that Lakshya Sen and all those people, I think a lot of people have started playing badminton, and it's a really great thing because in India it's only cricket. So I'm actually glad that a lot of people are talking and like watching badminton.
to your previous point about mental strength, obviously, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
at a game like cricket, there are 11 players playing. So it's not that the entire time you are in that center stage.
Correct.
Versus badminton, it's one versus one or two versus two. So all the time you have to put that constantly high energy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and not to forget the tournament runs several days. So back to
Yeah. Like
playing.
almost a week. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's mentally more draining. Physically, obviously, it
It
is.
is, it is. Yeah. And like even sometimes what happens is I've seen a lot of players who practice, like who play so well in practice, but when they go for tournaments, they just crack. Like they don't know what to do. They get cold feet. So like I think that matters a lot because if you're playing so well in practice sessions and if you can't perform when you're actually supposed to, then maybe you need to work on your mental strengths. So yeah, I think that's very important.
So, if you would like to talk about a little more, how do you keep your mental strength? Is it like meditation, or
Mhm.
what is your mental strength routine?
So last year actually I played a few tournaments and I didn't play well honestly, and I expected better from myself, but I just couldn't perform and I was like in a bad phase, and I felt like I should just stop playing badminton and all that, and I think that happens in every sportsman's lifetime, I think. But I was very lucky that I had such supportive people around me. Like everybody was like, just take your time and just figure things out. And in that time, I actually realized that I'm not really enjoying the sport that I love. I'm thinking so much about winning and losing, and it's putting pressure on me. And I've literally forgotten to enjoy the game. So then I figured things out. I took a break. And then I actually did a lot of meditation, like you said. I started doing pranayam that helped me a lot. And so and I actually started doing things that I was not. Like, I like painting and I like playing guitar. So I was not doing any of those things. And I started doing everything. So it was like a good, the process was really good. And then I realized that it's not about winning and losing every time. You have to focus on how you're playing and just like focus on the process basically. And whatever result, if you can enjoy the process, it's going to be good at the end of the day. So that's how I kind of improved, and I'm glad that I could like come out of it.
That's very nice. In fact, do things that you love and have a little bit of
Yeah,
distraction
me
here.
time.
Me time.
Yeah, yeah.
That that does help. So the last question from my side to you: there are so many kids who play badminton. Some play for fun. Some play for professional career. So those who want to take it as a professional career, what would you?
Like I said, when I started playing, I never had any pressure from my family or from anyone actually, even from my coaches. They never told me, like I have to win this. They always like encouraged me to play well. And I think parents play a very important role when it comes to, child's starting of like beginning career of whichever sport. But I think I see a lot of parents get involved like crazy, and the child is only thinking about their parents. And I don't think that's a good thing, because then the child won't be able to enjoy whatever he or she is doing. So I think parents should just let their kid just go and have fun. And I think maybe you just kids these days need to be patient also. I feel they're not patient. They just want to win everything quickly. And if they don't win, they'll just give up easily and just leave the sport. But if you really want to become a good sports person, you have to be patient. You have to trust the process, and you just have to work hard. And one day you can achieve whatever you wish for. So yeah, patience is the key, and also you have to be very disciplined, because with smartphones and all everything, it's very hard to stay motivated and disciplined and all that. So, and you can't be motivated every day, but if you're disciplined enough, then you won't be needing any motivation. So I think discipline is also very important. So yeah.